Alright, hello everyone. Let me go over some questions for chapter 13. Alright, question number 1. A constant growing stock just paid $2 dividend and has a current price of $30. What is the stock required return if the constant growth is 5%? Okay, if the growth is constant, okay, the stock price today is equal to d1 over p0. The stock price equal to d1 over k minus g. Okay, d1 is the dividend in year 1. Alright, if you want to use the dividend in year 0, it is equal to d0 times 1 plus g, alright, over k minus g. So from here you can easily get that the required return k or r is equal to d1 over p0 plus growth. If you want to use p at d0, k would be equal to d0 times 1 plus g, okay, over p0 plus the growth. So you have, alright, so you put in the formula here, you have, alright, you will see k equal to d0, which is when the company just paid $2 dividends, that is d0. So 2 times 1 plus growth, which is 1 plus 0.05, okay, over p0, which is $30, okay, plus the growth, which is 0.05, and equal to 12%. Alright, 0.12 equal to 12%. So the required return is 12%. Alright, number 2, a stock analyst predicted that earnings and dividend will grow at 20% for the next 2 years. Okay, for the next 2 years, the growth is 20%. Alright, 20% for the next 2 years, and then after that it will be, it will grow at 5% forever. Okay, so assume the required return is 14% and the last dividend is $1. So $1 here is the last dividend. Alright. Alright, so you can apply the constant growth model for year 2 because from year 2 on the growth is constant. So the price in year 2 would be equal to d3 over k minus g. Alright. Now when you buy stock, okay, you hold the stock until year 2. You are going to receive dividend in year 1. You are going to receive dividend in year 2, and the price of the stock in year 2 is p2. Okay, so so the stock price today, the question is asking you how much is the stock price today. Stock price today is simply the present value of d1, d2, and p2. Alright, so let's calculate how much is d1. d1 equal to d0, which is $1, times the growth in year 1, which is 1 plus growth in year 1, which is 1.2, equal 1.2. Alright, d2 equal to d1, which is 1.2 times 1 plus growth in year 2, which is 20% as well, equal 1.44. And you need to have d3, okay, because the formula for p2 require d3. So d3 would be equal to d2, which is 144 times 1.05, because the growth in year 3 is 5%. So this is equal to 1.512. So you put in the formula here, you should be able to get the price in year 2, which is equal 1.512 over k, which is 0.14, minus growth, which is constant growth 0.05, and this is equal to 16.8. Okay, now the question is not asking you the price in 2 years. The question is asking you how much is the price today. So the price today is simply the present value of dividend in year 1, dividend in year 2, and the price in year 2. Okay, so put in the formula, p0 is the present value of d1, which is 1.2 over 1.14, plus the present value of d2, which is 144 over 1.14 square, okay, plus the present value of the price in year 2, which is 16.8 over 1.14 to the power 2, because it is in the second year. Alright, and the answer is, right here, 15.1. Okay. Now, a common stock is selling for $30 today, and the stock just paid $2 dividend. Its dividend is expected to grow by 5%. Required return is 15%. Okay, now, so the required return is basically equal to dividend yield plus, dividend yield is D1 over P0 plus the growth rate. Okay, now, so the growth is 5%. So the dividend yield, now the dividend is expected to grow by 5% in the next in the coming year. So currently the dividend is $2 and grows by 5%, so times 1.05, okay, over the current price, which is $30, plus capital gain yield. Now over here it doesn't say whether it is whether it's constant growth or not, so the required return is simply equal to dividend yield plus capital gain yield. Okay, so and you know that the required return is 15%, and dividend yield 2 times 1.05 over 30, it is equal to 7%. So obviously the capital gain yield here has to be equal to 8%. Okay, total return is 15%. Out of 15%, the yield, dividend yield is 7, so therefore the capital gain yield has to be equal to 8%. Now number 4, Heavenly Hotels will not pay any dividends for the next 3 years. Alright, for the next 3 years, 0 dividend. 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 0. It will pay dividend. First dividend $2 at the end of year 4. Okay, $2 dividend at the end of year 4. And the dividend will stay the same forever. Okay, $2 stay the same forever. The required return is 10%. Now, so obviously, after year 3, basically it is perpetuity. Alright, you receive the same amount of dividends. So you should be able to get the price in year 3. Alright. You should be able to the price in year 3 is basically equal to equal to 2 over the because it's perpetuity, is simply equal to D over K, and D is $2, K which is 0.1, so this is $20. The price in year 3 is $20. So the question is asking the price today, so that you need to find out the present value of P3 over 1 plus K raised to the power 3, so equal to 20 over 1.1 to the power 3, and this is equal to $15. Alright, so this is equal to $15. Okay. Now number 5, if the two firms have the same current dividend and same expected growth rate, the stock must sell at the same current price, or else the market will not be in equilibrium. Now the stock price is equal to D1 over K minus J. So if they have the same current dividend, okay, same growth, so D1 is the same, growth is the same. But if the required return are not the same, then the stock price are not the same. Okay, so this is a false. Okay, because the stock price not only depends on dividend, not depends on growth, but also depends on required return. You have the same dividends, same growth, but if required returns are different, the stock price will not be the same. Okay. According to dividend discount model, the current price is simply the sum of all the present value of future dividends. Okay. Number 7, it is a little different. The stock price can be calculated as the equal to price earning ratio times the earning per share. Okay. So if you have the same P and you have the same earning per share, the stock price has to be the same. So A obviously is true. Okay. Number 8, the stock price will increase. Now, the stock price will increase, okay, when the plowback increase only when the company has growth opportunity. Okay, if the company has growth opportunity, they should reinvest or they should increase plowback ratio, so the price will be higher. So it happens only when return on equity is higher than required return. Okay, when return on equity is smaller than required return, the company should not reinvest anything, and in fact the company should pay 100% earnings as dividends. But as long as ROE is higher than required return, the company should reinvest or increase the plowback ratios, and at that time the price will be higher. Okay. Alright, let's say number 11. Okay, number 11, free cash flow. It is similar to dividend. Okay, so whatever first calculate, okay, free cash flow is similar to dividend. When a company doesn't pay dividend, okay, to calculate stock price, we are using the concept of free cash flows. Okay, so the way we do over here is similar to what we did before. Alright, so let's take a look. Expected that the free cash flow or dividend will be $4 at the end of year 1. Okay, $4 here and $6 here. Okay, the growth will be stable at 5% after that. Okay, so it will be 5% stable after that. Cost of equity is 15%. What is the market price per share? So because from year 2, after year 2, the growth will be stable, you should be able to apply the constant growth model for year 2. So P2 would be equal to basically D3 over K minus G. Okay, and D3, you know that it is D2, which is $6 times 1.05, because the growth in year 3 is 5%. So 6 times 1.05 equal to 6.3. Okay, so the price would be equal to 6.3 over K, which is 0.15 minus growth, which is 0.05, and equal to $63. Alright, so the stock price today, how much is stock price today? The stock price today is the present value of D1, which is 4 over 1.15. Present value of D2, which is 6 over 1.15 square, plus the value of stock at the end of year 2, which is 63 over 1.15 to the power 2, and this is equal to 55.65. Okay, so the stock price is 55.65. Alright, number 12. Earnings are $9 per share. Capitalization rate is basically the required return K, okay, equal to 18%. No growth value of the firm is $50. Actual price is 40. Implying the present value of growth opportunities is negative 10. What is the PE? PE ratio, basically equal to price, which is P0, okay, over earning per share, which is E1. So P0 equal to 40. Earnings is $9, so 40 over 9 equal to 4.44. Alright. Now, number 16, a company expect to pay dividend of $7 next year and is expected to grow at 6%. It retains 30% of the earnings and the rate of return is 10%. Calculate ROE, and so you have growth G is equal to ROE times B, okay, and G is 6%. ROE, which is what we are looking for, times the plowback. Plowback is how many percent the company retains earnings, which is 30%. Okay, so 0.3. So you can see that ROE is equal to 6 over 0.3, which is equal to 20%. Okay, and the stop price after that, the stop price, okay, P0 equal to D1, which is 7. Okay, D1 over K minus G. D1 is $7, K, which is 0.1, minus G, which is 0.06. So 7 over 0.1 minus 0.06 equal $175. Alright. Now, number 17. ROE 20%, plowback 60%, earnings are expected to be $4 per share, capitalization rate, which is required return, is 16%. What is the present value of growth opportunities? Alright, so you have the stock price, this P0 with growth. Okay, the stock price of any company will always have two components. One is the P0 star, which is no growth, okay, the value without growth. Alright, and second, which is the value that reflects the growth potential of the company. So which is PVGO, present value of growth opportunities. So with growth, P0 over here equal to basically D1 over K minus G. Okay, and without growth, okay, the company should pay 100% earnings as dividend. So this is equal to E1 over K. Okay, using 100% earnings as dividend equal E1 over K. So D1, okay, when you have earning E1, plowback will go to retain earnings. So 1 minus plowback will go to dividend. So D1 is equal to E1 times 1 minus B over K minus G, which is ROE times B. Okay, ROE times B, and equal to E1 over K, alright, plus PVGO. So put in the formula, E1 is, alright, alright, E1 over here is equal to $4 times 1 minus plowback, which is 60%, 0.6 over K, which is 0.16, minus G, which is ROE times B, ROE is 20%, 0.2 times plowback, which is 0.6, okay, equal to E1 over K, E1 which is 4 $4 over K, which is 0.16 plus PV0. Okay, so this one you get it is $40. This one you get it is equal to 25. Okay, 4 over 0.16 equal to 25. So obviously PV0 has to be equal to 15, right? Number 18, the intrinsic value or the fair value of any stock is simply equal to the present value of expected future cash flows. Okay, either dividends or stock price. Number 19, if company's PE ratio increases, if the growth opportunity increases. Okay, because PE reflects the growth potential. It reflects how much investors are willing to pay for earnings. If the company has higher growth potential, PE will be higher. Number 20. Alright, what is the required return? So required return K is equal to basically D1 over P0 plus the growth. Okay. Now the current dividend yield, which is the current dividend yield, which is equal to D0 over P0 and equal to 0.025. Okay, and you know D0 is basically 1.48. Okay, 1.48 for D0. So you should be able to get the current price equal to 1.48 over 0.025, and this is equal to 1.48 over 0.025, 59.2. Okay, so the current price is 59.2. Now you know that D1 equal to D0 times 1 plus G. So G would be equal to D1 over D0 and minus 1. So D1 is equal to 154 minus over D0, which is 148, and minus 1, and this is equal to 1.54 over 1.48 minus 1 equal to 4.05%. Alright, 4.05%. So that is the growth rate. Okay, so you put in here D1 over P0. D1 is 154 over P0, which is 59.2 plus 0.0405, and this is equal to 1.54 over 59.2 plus 0.0405. Nice. No, I'm sorry, I think I misunderstood over here. The current dividend is the current dividend yield is D1, okay, not D0. So this is 1.54. Okay, so P0 is 1.54, okay, over 59 over 0.025. So you have 1.54 over over 0.025 equal to 61.6. okay, 61.6. okay, and the growth is still the same, D1 over D0 minus 1, 4.05. so this Current dividend yield is basically equal to 2.5% plus 4.05% equal to 6.55%. Okay, so that is the required return. Now, so you have constant growth is 2.75% and the firms expect an annual dividend D0 equal 1.67. What should be the dividend 6 years from now? So D6 would be equal to D0 times 1 plus J to the power 6. It is 167 times 1 plus 0.0275 raised to the power 6 and equal 1.97. Alright. Number 22. Okay. Oh, man. The company is expect an annual dividend D0 equal 142. Okay. And planning to pay dividends in year 1 is 1.5, in year 2 is 175, in year 3 is 1.8, and then it will be constant at $2, okay, forever. Right, so you should be able to get because from after year 3 it is perpetuity, so the price in year 3 simply equal to D over K, D which is 2 over K which is point, okay, 0.105, okay, equal to 19.05. So if you buy stock today, you receive 1.5 in the first year, receive 175 in the second year, receive 1.8 in the third year, and the value of the stock in the third year is 1905. So the stock price today is the present value for each one of them. Present value for 1.5 is 1.5 over 1.105. Present value of 175 is 175 over 1.105 square. Present value of 18 is 1.8 over 1.105 to the power 3. Present value of P3 is 1905 over 1.105 to the power 3. Alright, and the answer is 18.24. Number 23. I think number 23 is okay. We can skip number 23. You don't have to study number 23. All right, because it is using H model that we don't study in class. Skip number 23. Now, number 24. Market capitalization rate is 8%, which is correct. K equal to 8%. Expected ROE is 10%. Expected earning per share, okay, ROE is 10% and earning per share expected to be $5. Plowback equal to 60%. B equal to 60%. Okay. What would be the PE? Alright, PE, what we study is equal to, the formula to calculate PE is 1 minus B over K minus G. Okay, so PE 1 minus B, 1 minus 0.6 over K, which is 0.08, minus G, which is ROE times B. ROE is 10%. 0.1 times B, which is 0.6 Okay, remember G is equal to ROE times B. Okay, ROE is equal to 10%, 0.1 times B 0.6 equal to 0.06. Alright, so the answer is basically 20. Number 25. Corporation, this company will pay year-end dividend of $4, and dividends after that are expected to grow at 4% constant, risk-free rate 4%, market portfolio return 12 beta. Okay, first using the CAPM to get the required return, K equal RF plus beta times the market return, okay, minus RF. So RF is equal to 4, beta is 0.75, market return is what is that, 12 minus RF, which is 4, okay, and equal to 10%. So required return is 10%. So you put in the formula, okay, you put the price equal to D1 over K minus G, okay. D1, you know that it is $4, K which is 0.1 minus G which is 0.04, okay, and this equal to 66.66. Number 26. What is the present value of growth opportunity? Okay, like we did before, P0 with growth equal to P0 star without growth plus PV0. P0 with growth is equal to D1 over K minus G. P0 with growth is equal E1 over K. Okay, so this one is equal to what? This one is equal to D1. How much is D1? D1 is earning, okay, $6 times 1 minus plowback, which is 1 minus 0.6, okay, over K, which is K is 0.1 minus growth, right? So you have, right, basically D1 is equal to E1 times 1 minus B. So E1 is equal to 6 times 1 minus 0.6 equal 2.4. Okay, G equal to ROE times B. ROE is equal to 15% times B, which is 0.6, so equal to 9%. Okay, so growth is 9%, so 0.1 minus 0.09, okay, and this is equal to 240. Alright, this is equal to 240. E1 over K is equal, earnings is $6 over K, which is 0.1, and $60. So the price with growth is 240. The price without growth is 60. So PV0 over here would be equal to 240 minus 60 equal to 180. Okay. Alright, number 28 to number 30, very similar to what we did before. Again, what is the price? Okay, the price equal to D1 over K minus G. D1 is equal to E1 times 1 minus B. K, G is ROE times B. Okay, so E1 is 2 times 1 minus B, which is 0.1 3 over K, which is 0.12, minus ROE, which is 0.2, times B, which is 0.3. Alright, and this is equal to 23.33. PE, okay, PE ratio equal to P0 over E1 equal to 23.33 over E1, which is $2, equal 11.67. Okay, what is the present value growth opportunity? Okay, PVGO is the price with growth minus the price without growth, P0 star. So price with growth is 23.33, price without growth is E1 over K. Okay, so you have it is equal to 23.33 minus E1 over K. 2 over K is 12%. Okay, K is 12%, so 0.12. So 23.33 minus 2 over 0.12, and this is equal to 6.66. Okay, and question 30 is similar to the question number 28 and number 29, only except now plowback is not 30% anymore, plowback is 20%. Okay, so you recalculate everything. Everything is the same except for the plowback is not 30%, plowback is 20%. Alright, alright, 31 is exactly the same. Okay, return on equity, what is the price the stock will sell today? Okay, using this formula D1. Okay, the stock price selling is P0 equal to D1 over K minus G. Okay, D1 is equal to E1 times 1 minus B. E1 is 2 times 1 minus B, which is 0.5, and this is equal $1. G equal ROE times B. ROE is 16% times B 0.5 and equal 8%. So put it in here, 1 over 0.12 minus 0.08, and this is equal to $25. Okay. Number 32. Alright, what is the dividend payout? Now, the company A has earning $2 and payout dividend $1. So payout is dividend over earnings, which is 50%. Okay, this is 50%, and company B has earned dividend $1, but earnings is only 165, so payout is 1 over 165 equal to 60.6%. What is the growth for each one of these? Growth is ROE is times B. ROE is 14% times B, which is okay, B equal to 1 minus the dividend payout, 1 minus 0.5 equal to 0.5. This is 1 minus 0.606, okay, equal to 0.394. Okay, 0.394, 39.4%. The growth is ROE times B, so 0.14 times 0.5 equals 7%. ROE here 12% times 0.394 equal to 4.728. What is the intrinsic value? Okay, intrinsic value equal to D1 over K minus G. D1, you know that is $1, K which is 10% minus G, which is point. Okay, so for the first one equal 1 over K 0.1 minus 0.07. For the second one is $1 over 0.1 minus 0.04728. Alright, so the first value is 33.33. Second one is 18.97. Alright, which one do you buy? Which one do you sell? The intrinsic value of the first one is 33.33. The current market price the current price in the market for the first one is even here $27, and the next one is, the second one is 25. Okay, so this one is 27. You believe that the fair value is 33.33 and the current market is only 27, so obviously this one is undervalued. Okay, the market price is undervalued. And the second one is 25 current price, but you believe the fair value is only 18.97, so obviously it is overvalued. So the first one undervalue you buy, second one overvalue you sell. Okay. Alright, so any question, let me know. Thank you very much.